Hello. So today I'm just going to do a short demonstration of headstand. So a tripod headstand and then a forearm headstand. So just come to hands and knees to start with and just take some figures of 8, just working into the spine a little bit, just finding some movement through the body, going in one direction and then in the other direction. So you want to do your headstands towards the end of the practice. So once you've done your practice, then come down into the shoulder stand, starting on the knees. So sinking the hips down towards the heels, placing the hands down in front, spreading out the fingers, and then releasing the crown of the head onto the mat. So you're making that sort of triangle shape with the head and the hands. And then tuck the toes under, lift the hips away, the knees away from the mat, and start to walk the feet in a little bit towards the hands, as close as you can get them. And then this might be enough just to feel that sensation of being upside down, and then you can lower the knees and come into a child's pose. So just your sort of step 1, and then moving on from that, taking the head down, hands into the triangle shape, tucking the toes under, lifting the knees away from the mat, walking the feet in, and then maybe releasing one knee to the left forearm and placing it back down, and then the other knee to the other forearm. Placing the feet back down, dropping the knees down, sinking back into your child's pose, either with the hands by the sides of the body or reaching the arms out in front. Take a little roll with the head across the mat. And again, working up little by little. So again, placing the hands down onto the mat, head down, making that triangle shape, tucking the toes under, lifting the knees away from the mat, walking the feet in, and then this time maybe dropping both knees to the elbows and picking one knee up at a time. So this might be the place you want to stay, just with the knees down onto the elbows, or option to take the knees up to the sky if you're feeling a bit more steady, squeezing the glutes, keeping the elbows into that 90-degree position. And then when you're ready, dropping the feet down, bending the knees, untucking the toes and coming to your child's pose. So staying in child's pose for a few moments. Again, just rolling the head from side to side. And then lifting all the way back up, bringing the head up last. Take some shoulder rolls up, back and down. And then bringing the shoulders forwards. So that's your tripod headstand. You can always come into tripod headstand as well from forward folds with the legs wide, and then the hands start to come down to the mat. Lower the forehead down, or lower the crown of the head down, and then lifting the feet away from the mat, bringing the legs together, taking the feet wide, lowering the feet back down on the mat, and then lifting back up. But that's something to build on. And the other type of headstand is a forearm headstand, which I actually prefer because there's not so much weight going onto the top of the head. So for a forearm headstand, it's a good place to start interlacing the fingers, forearms down on the mat, knees are down onto the mat, and then just start to take the head forwards and backwards. So using the forearms, drawing in the belly, and then maybe tucking the toes under, lifting the hips. So you're coming into sort of forearm downward dog. And then start to take the chin forwards and backwards over the hands, using the core muscles. And when you've done that a few times, releasing the knees back down, untucking the toes, and just take a little break. Take a child's pose, arms in front or to the sides of the body. So you've got a bit of a sensation of how it feels with the forearms and the shoulders. So again, bring the hands together, and then this time place the head into the palms, that sort of space you've made, forehead towards the mat. So you almost might want to release the little fingers, almost cradling the head, forearms are down on the mat, and then make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders, you're lifting away, tucking the toes under, so there's hardly any pressure from the head into the mat. Coming up onto the toes, and then starting to walk the feet a little bit closer towards the forearms, a bit like we did with tripod headstand. And then from here, you might want to lift one leg up to the sky and release. And then the other leg up to the sky and release. Again, dropping the knees down, taking it in stages, releasing the head, hands out in front or to the sides of the body into your child's pose. Little roll of the forehead from side to side. And then if you're ready to come up to full headstand, again, interlacing the fingers, placing the head into the hands. Again, the forearms are pressing down, so there's hardly any weight from the head into the mat, tucking the toes under, lifting the knees away from the mat, walking the feet in, and then either lifting one foot and then the other, or both together, coming up into your headstand. Keep pressing the forearms into the mat. Pointing the toes up to the sky, squeezing the legs together, staying here for about 20 or 30 seconds and then building up from there. And then whenever you're ready, lowering the feet down. If you're able to, come to a pike position and then lower the feet down. That takes a bit of practice, releasing the knees down, untucking the toes, and come into your child's pose. Staying in child's pose for quite a few breaths. Again, just rolling the head from side to side. And then starting to lift up, coming up onto the knees, Head lifts up last. Drop your right ear down towards the right shoulder. And then take a bit of a semicircle over to the left shoulder. Semicircle back the other way. And then lifting the head back to center. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Inhaling. Exhaling, bowing forwards. So that's just a short demo of headstands. It's then nice to come into your full Shavasana afterwards. If you feel more comfortable starting up against the wall, then go up against the wall and just take it in little stages. Keep coming down to a child's pose in between and enjoy. Thank you very much.